I almost didn't take that call. And sometimes I wonder what my life would have looked like if I hadn't. It didn't feel important at the time. Just another day, another voice on the line, another decision I thought I could delay. But something told me to answer, not loudly, not in a way I could explain, just a feeling. And that's the strange thing about life. The moments that change everything never look important when they happen. Back then, everything in my life was moving fast. Too fast. People knew my name. Places felt temporary. And time felt like something I had plenty of. I remember sitting in a room late at night, lights still on, not because I needed them, but because silence felt heavier in the dark. The phone rang. Once, twice. I let it ring longer than I should have. I was tired, not physically, but in a way that doesn't go away with sleep. Eventually, I picked it up, the voice on the other end, soft, familiar, but different, not weaker, just distant. They asked me something simple. Are you coming tomorrow? That was it. Nothing dramatic, nothing urgent, just a question. And I remember pausing. Not because I didn't know the answer, but because I was already thinking about everything else. Schedules, commitments, things that felt important at the time. I said, I'll try. Those two words don't sound like much, but sometimes they carry more weight than a promise. Because I'll try doesn't mean yes. It means not now. There was a silence on the other end. Not long, but long enough to feel. Then they said, okay. Soft. Simple. Accepting. We talked a little more about nothing important. Or at least, that's what I thought back then. And before hanging up, there was a moment. A pause. Like something was about to be said, but wasn't. I didn't notice it. That's the part that stays with you. Not what was said, but what wasn't. The next day, I didn't go. Something came up. Or maybe I just let something come up. I told myself there would be another time. There's always another time. That's what we believe. Days passed, then weeks. Life kept moving, faster than before. More places, more people, more noise. And that call became just another memory. Until it wasn't. The second call came early. Too early. The kind of early that already feels wrong. I knew it before answering. Not clearly, but enough to hesitate. I picked up anyway, and the voice this time wasn't the same. It was heavier. Broken in a way that words can't fix. They didn't ask a question. They told me. And everything on after that felt like it happened somewhere else. I remember sitting down slowly. Not because I chose to, but because my body didn't know what else to do. And the only thing I could think about was that moment. That simple question. Are you coming tomorrow? They told me. And for a moment, I didn't understand the words. Not because they weren't clear, but because my mind refused to accept them. There are moments like that, where reality speaks and something inside you says, no. I asked them to repeat it, slower. And when they did, it landed. Not like a shock, not like something loud, more like everything inside me just stopped. I don't remember what I said after that. I don't remember how the call ended. I only remember the silence that followed. A different kind of silence. Heavier. Permanent. And in that silence, one thought kept repeating. I said I'd try, not yes, not I'll be there. I said, I'll try. It's strange what the mind chooses to hold on to. Not the years, not the big moments. Just one small decision. One ordinary sentence. and it becomes everything. I went over it again and again, that moment, that call, looking for something I missed, something I could change. But there's nothing to change. That's the truth about the past. It doesn't move, no matter how much you revisit it. I kept thinking, if I had said yes, would anything be different? Maybe not everything, but something. Maybe there would have been one more conversation, one more moment, one more memory, instead of this silence. That's the part people don't talk about. Loss isn't just about what's gone. It's about what never got to happen. The things you assumed were waiting. The words you thought you'd say later. Later is a dangerous place because a lot of things never make it there. After that, something changed in me. Not suddenly, not in a way anyone else could see, but quietly, deep inside. I started noticing things differently. Time didn't feel the same. Before, it felt endless, like something I could always come back to. Now, it felt fragile, like something that could slip away without warning. I began to see how often I was elsewhere, even when I was present, thinking about the next thing, the next place, the next moment, always ahead, never here. And I realized that's how it happens. You don't lose people all at once. You lose them in pieces, in missed calls, in shortened conversations, in moments where you choose later instead of now, until one day there is no now left, only later. That never came. I wish I could say I changed immediately, that I became a different person overnight, but that's not how it works. Change comes slowly, through awareness, through repetition, through pain that doesn't go away, but teaches you something. I started staying longer, listening more, not because I'd learned perfectly, but because I had learned enough. Enough to know what it feels like to miss something you can never get back. And that feeling doesn't leave you. It sits with you in quiet moments, in ordinary days, reminding you, not loudly, not aggressively, just enough to change how you move through life. If there's one thing I understand now, after all these years, it's this. The most important moments in your life won't look important when they happen. They'll feel ordinary. A simple question, a short conversation, a chance to show up, and you'll think there'll be another time, but you don't know that. You never do. So you have to treat the moment you're in like it matters, because one day you'll realize it did. And by then, it's already a memory. I still think about that call. Not every day, but enough. Enough to remember the feeling. Enough to remember the lesson. And if I could go back, I wouldn't change everything. I would just say one word differently. Yes.